Racing to the 2021 Kentucky Oaks, and this time we're already here at the big day. It is Kentucky Oaks at Churchill Downs, and a very interesting post position could make for a interesting run for the Lilies. And when you're looking for that Oaks winner, you always have got to follow the rule of D. Wayne Lukas. When he looked at fillies at the sale, he was looking at three things: the head of a princess, the walk of a hooker, and the butt of a washerwoman. Let's see if any of these Oaks horses meet that criteria. Starting off with the Oaks leaderboard, search results, travel column, Crazy Beautiful are the top three. And of course, Pauline's Pearl, the winner of the Fantasy Stakes. And the post position didn't really do the favorites in this race a lot of favors, because boy, some tough post positions, especially some of those outside draws for search results and Malathaat, and even Will's Secret being more on the outside. I think we may see a little bit faster pace, but let's take a look at the big horses in this Kentucky Oaks field, and it's led by Search Results, who has one of the top Equibase speed figures. Now, she drew outside, and that could maybe hamper her ability to kind of dictate and lay a little bit off the pace. I think she's going to be a little bit more forwardly placed here in the Kentucky Oaks. Then you've got the two Louisiana horses, Clairiere and Travel Column, along with Pauline's Pearl and then Malathaat. Those are what I'm calling the big five. And then when you add in the runner-up in the Ashland Stakes past the Champagne, that's where a lot of the contention is going to come here. Now, one of the things this year, a lot of the top contenders, they are not separated by much inability from a buyer speed standpoint. Search Results has a 92, but then you've got Malathaat with an 89, Pauline's Pearl with an 89, Crazy Beautiful with an 83, Travel Column with a 90. So they're all within about a length and a half. If you really take those top six contenders, they could be separated by a length and a half just based on speed figures. Now, the race usually doesn't play out like that. And where I'm seeing a possibility of an early pace setter here is Travel Column and Past the Champagne. Now, Past the Champagne made a mid-race move the last time out, and that was after kind of chasing a little bit of a speedball in that race. Meanwhile, Travel Column was forced to the lead the last time out after being caught at the wire by Clairiere 2 races back. Last time out in the Louisiana Oaks, she ended up winning that race in the rematch with Clairiere. The pressers for me are Crazy Beautiful, Search Results, and Pauline's Pearl. Now, I don't think Crazy Beautiful is the type of horse that can get 9 furlongs. So I think she's going to help pick up that pace tempo. And then for the closers, I'm seeing Clairiere and Malathaat. I think overall the pace could be a little bit on the fast side, mainly because Millefeuille drawing on the outside with that 14th post position. I think she is going to have to be sent. And I think even a horse like Malathaat, with that kind of a further outside post, she's going to want to get out there just to keep a couple of these other horses a little bit on the wide side, especially early on. Now, we have seen some horses win the Oaks from that outside post. A few years back, we had St. John's River win out of the 14th post position. And I don't want to overemphasize the post position, but I really think Search Results wanted more of an inside post. And now Travel Column, who drew that 6th post position, I think she can dictate the pace by getting out there and kind of floating out a little bit. So I do think it could become a jockey's race from that tactical standpoint on who's going to get out there, who's going to set that pace, and then where are some of that mid-pack runners going to come from. A couple of things to note. I think the most impressive prep visually was probably Travel Column. Now, I think after Clairiere had a little bit of a rough trip and then really was able to tuck inside and win that Rachel Alexandra Stakes, I think Clairiere has been training strongly and forwardly for this race. And I think Clairiere has the possibility of upsetting and kind of turning the tables on Travel Column. Malathaat is progressing in her speed figures, and I think she is going to be the horse to beat in this race. That is going to be my top selection, Malathaat. I think the second win contender as a shot, if you want to take maybe a long shot in this race, 15 to 1 on the morning line, past the Champagne. I think she made a little bit of a move too soon the last time in that race. And then if you want to take a look at some exacta plays, I would consider Malathaat over past the Champagne, Clairiere, and Pauline's Pearl. Now, I do think Travel Column is worth considering, but if you're going to take Travel Column, then I would take her over the two closers in the race in Clairiere and Malathaat, and the possibility of Pauline's Pearl. Now, I do expect a fast pace overall, and I think this is going to be a very competitive Kentucky Oaks race. I'm anticipating a fast pace. I want some of these horses with some upside, so I'm leaning more towards Malathaat, past the Champagne, Pauline's Pearl. I don't want to take too low of a price. I think if you can get 3 to 1 on Travel Column, then you're sitting pretty good. If you want kind of a horse with some upside, then take maybe Malathaat or Clairiere. That's a look at the 2021 Kentucky Oaks. Leave a comment. Who do you like in the 2021 Kentucky Oaks? My top selection is going to be Malathaat, but you definitely can make the case for past the Champagne, Clairiere, Pauline's Pearl, and even a horse like Will's Secret, if you want to kind of throw out that Ashland Stakes. A very competitive Kentucky Oaks. Reminder, we're going to have a Kentucky Derby preview on Tuesday, and then go over some betting strategies later on in the week. Hit subscribe, ring that bell. The Kentucky Oaks coming up on Friday at Churchill Downs.